Please don't take me seriously. Anyways, I wanted to make a really quick, fun little video showing all the hats I've made so far on my crochet and knitting journey. I started to learn how to knit and crochet in October 2023. It's now June 2024, and I'm on a hat phase. I just completed a hat yesterday. I completed a different hat over the weekend, and I'm gonna get into all the hats that I've made so far on my knitting and crochet journey. A lot of these hats are honestly all crochet. I haven't made a knitted hat yet, but updates to follow because I have plans to make a little knitted hat with little tails and charms this summer. So anyways, let's get into the video. I need to do a disclaimer really quick because I don't have any tutorials. I don't have any patterns. All of these hats that I've made, I've watched like intro to bucket hat tutorial on YouTube, but I haven't followed their counts, their stitch markers, like nothing. I've watched like one or two like quick like how-to videos, and then that was it. I kind of figured things out as I went. I'm still in the process of mastering the perfect bucket hat shape. I have not figured it out. And as of recently, I've actually like restarted and started a project just because I'm like, I'm wasting my time making something if it's not going to fit my head right. So it's honestly been a whole learning curve, but I just wanted to do a disclaimer. I don't have any patterns to reference. I don't have any books. I don't have any how-to videos. Like it's literally just like a 10-minute try to learn something on YouTube and then put it into practice. So all of these are freehand. There's no reference for them. They're all fun experimentations that have worked out or haven't worked out. So I'm going to show you. Okay, so my first hat project ever is this really big, kind of big brimmed sun hat. It was supposed to be a bucket hat and it turned into more of a sun hat. I used 100% Noro for all of it. This is a green Noro, which is like a wool base, and then this was an orange wool cotton Noro yarn. So both of these colors are Noro. I knew I wanted to do a little stripe with the orange. I finished this on the plane to Cancun. I really wanted to make a hat for my Mexico vacation trip where I went to Dead Ahead Festival, and this was the hat that I finished in time. It was definitely a learning process. Let me try it on. So you can see, the one thing about this hat is that the brim is a little big, like it flops like in your eyes. So when you wear it, like you constantly have to like pull the brim up. What I want to do is add a little button detail or just do a little like sewing attachment, like just attach this little bit of part of the brim to the front so I won't have to keep on messing with it and it'll just stay in place. So that's the only thing that's like a learning curve, is that like probably because of the density of the yarn and like just whatever else I did, the brim is the only like thing that needs to be fixed. But other than that, I'm pretty fucking happy with how beautiful this hat is. Love Japanese Noro yarn. Like it's literally the best. It's one of my favorite things to work with and like invest my money in buying. So this is the first hat that I made. Okay, the second hat I made, again, was like me trying to figure out the bucket hat. Mind you, like I had learned how to do a circle. So this was like circle investigation turning into a hat. But I made this really funky bucket hat, 100% cotton. This is just like your traditional cotton that you can pick up at Michael's. So it's like thicker. I think it's like 8 ply is what they call it. It's a thicker cotton, and then I added this embroidery detail after with a little bit of this trim detail too. The goal was to this was just like random, kind of like how you would do anything scrap. You just add in certain colors whenever you want to, which is how I approached it. The circle is a really cool part of this hat. It's super funky. It's like honestly pretty oversized. So it's definitely like a funkadelic moment. Oversized bucket hat. The brim I probably will leave as is because it's not as like big and floppy as this one, but again, I kind of overshotted how big this hat was. I made the circle a little too big. I was having trouble figuring out like how to make a hat fit to my head. I'm gonna keep it as is. I'm not gonna make any changes to it. View. So cute. Okay, I literally just finished this hat after work yesterday. I finished it at like 10 p.m. In total, it probably took me like 2 days. I started the granny squares for this hat 2 days ago, like these main ones, and then I did these yesterday and then finished and put it all together. This is my first granny square bucket hat. Again, this was like totally random, freestyle, didn't follow a pattern. Like, it definitely didn't give what I was aiming for. I'm not unhappy with it, but like obviously I feel like I could do better. It's a little wonky in some parts. This is the first time too I've done like a granny stitch brim. Let me try it on. It's cute, like no complaints. It fits my head shape. It's definitely a wonky vibe, like it'll probably work itself out too, like the more that I wear it and it maintains a shape in general. But I'm pretty happy with it for the first time making a hat with granny squares and having no plan, no pattern, freestyle. So I finished this last night. This is my most recent hat. I think. Okay, this hat I made over the weekend, this past weekend, in like 24 hours. Super easy to make. And I used Noro only. So this like neon green Noro. And then this beautiful like icy pastel Noro. So gorgeous. Essentially, I just made 6 granny squares for the front, 6 granny squares for the back, and then sewed them together in 2 panels. And here we have this adorable cat hat, like perfect size for my head, perfect shape, giving exactly what I wanted to give. Like, it's so cute. I'm so excited that I figured this out. A little granny square cat hat. Okay, so on the cat hat trend, this was the first cat hat I ever made. And this is definitely a winter hat because it's with Noro, but not a cotton blend like the previous hat. This is like a full wool Noro blend. And then it has like this white part is a fuzzy alpaca mohair kind of thing. So it's definitely hotter on your head. But I made, again, this granny square cat hat, but tinier granny squares, and sewed them together. This was the first cat hat I ever tried. The colors are obviously a lot different. It's a little bit bigger of a hat, I think, because of the kind of yarn that I used. So it still gives exactly what I want it to give, but I have worn this out to a flea market in the wintertime. It was like a rainy day, and I did notice that it's a little bit itchy on my head, most likely because of the alpaca and the wool. But I think the more and more that I wear it, the less irritable it'll be. It's super cute. I love it. Oops. And then one more cat hat. This is a giant granny square cat hat. So 1 giant granny square for the front panel and 1 giant granny square for the back panel. This is a Noro yarn. It's a cotton Noro blend, not a wool Noro blend. So it's super fine and tiny. You have to work with a smaller needle to work with this. Oh my God, it feels so good in your hands. It's like super soft. Freestyle again. I made this one a little big that I realized after. So you have to do like a little brim fold, but it's so cute. It's so cute. Just a giant granny square Noro Japanese yarn cat hat. I love it. I wore this to the beach in Dana Point and it was such a vibe. Okay, this was the first hood I ever made. A granny square hood. This was so catchy on Instagram this past winter. All the Berlin girlies and winter girlies. I mean, I live in California, so like there's not much winter, but like on an evening dog walk in December, like it's worth it. I would make this again, but I wouldn't use this yarn. This is like literally mohair yarn from Temu that I purchased when I first started learning how to knit and crochet. I mean, the colors are gorgeous and the piece itself is gorgeous, but like I would just honestly want to make this again with like a Noro yarn because it would be honestly so worth it. But this is the first hood I've ever made. Let me try it on. It's cute. I know I still probably need to figure out this situation. I know some people do like a drawstring to close it up too tighter to your face so that you stay warmer. But it's everything. This is the first hood that I've made and I love it. This is the last hat accessory that I have to show you. For my little video, I made a bonnet, which is just like the hood. It was so on trend for this winter. This bonnet is by no means perfect. Like I didn't think that I was gonna make this and have this mohawk situation going on, but that was kind of like what unfolded. So I'm definitely gonna try this again, probably with a cotton yarn. And I think also why it started to have this edge was because I sewed outside in instead of inside out and like flipped it, so that's why. And then I just continued to crochet on top of it to kind of like make it a vibe, and then I added these strings. It's super cool. Like I'm happy with it, really proud of this, love the colors, but again, like the yarn is a little itchy because it's like Temu mohair, so it's going to be irritable for anyone's head. And then you tie, and it's a bonnet. Okay, and I forgot there's one last hat. This single crochet bucket hat. I made this about a week ago. It's all organic cotton, and this hot pink is a wool. It's like a bunch of reoccurring colors, kind of in that crochet granny square bucket hat I showed. Similar themes, similar colors. This is probably the best result in terms of simplicity working out in my favor for a little bucket hat. I got it right. I had to redo this hat, like not gonna lie. I had finished it, hated it, and then had to redo it, and I'm actually really glad that I did because the shape is quite perfect and exactly what I was trying to achieve. This is my last hat. Thanks for watching my random video of all my crochet projects that I've completed so far on my first year of knitting and crochet journey. I'm really excited about everything that I've made so far, and investing in more quality fibers is worth it. It makes the pieces look better, they feel better on your head, they're more beautiful, the colors are beautiful. And I can't wait to make more things. Bye.